Yeah, clear, sir.
So, my language of communication is English. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible so that if you guys have any doubt, you can raise it at the end or even at the beginning if needed, need be. And to give a brief about me, I am Arun Saman. I am the CFO of Thaalam Entertainment Private Limited. I've been associated with company since its inception in Bangalore. And prior to this, I worked with UBS Investment Bank. I started my career there. I've been on the equity research side for over 6 years. And then I've been with NASDAQ. It's a stock exchange company in US. I've been there for about 5 years. And I was involved there on index side of the business. And I've been in manufacturing and logistics vertical of Cognizant on the strategy business. So I have around 17 years of work experience. And yeah, that's about me. About Thalam, I'll explain you how I'll go about this presentation. I will present you a PPT and my explanation, I'll try to go with the flow. It may not be strictly what is there on the slides. And I'll try to explain the business first, how we started and what we are at the moment. And I'll explain you the financials, the business fundamentals in simple terms, and then I'll explain you about the investment opportunity. So if you are good, I'll just proceed. Just a second, I'm trying to share my screen. Let me know when you guys see my screen.
Yeah, it's clear,
Yeah,
sir.
we can see.
Okay. So Thaalam Entertainment, before to start with Thaalam Entertainment, the inception was the company started in 2002 as a radio company in Sri Lanka. And the founder was Mr. Darshan Rajagopal. And so that was one of its kind in the place. And during the war in Sri Lanka, they moved the business to abroad. They set up business in Canada and in Switzerland. So now at the moment we have a radio network in Canada as well as in Switzerland. And while being in this business, we have organized several events, starting from live music concerts to award facilitation shows to business forums and a lot of events related to media. So when I say we organized, we have been part of the organizing the event as a media partner. We were not the promoters. So we have done about 190 shows being as a media partner. So last year we thought we'll have to get into the live music concert business, and we did two shows. One was with Pradeep Kumar, and the other was with A.R. Rahman. And Pradeep Kumar was done in March last year, 2023. A.R. Rahman's was on October 2023. So it was a 2 day show both, and we made it was a grand success. Pradeep Kumar event took us about 3 months to organize, starting from booking the artist, booking the venue, finding tech, writing team, rigging, and paying for all the expenses. So it costed us about 1.7 CR, and we made about 3 CR, a little over 3 CR in just the ticket sales. So that was close to around 100% ROI for that particular show. Then we did one with AR Rahman. That took us about 6 months to organize. This show was done in Switzerland, Zurich. Pradeep's was done in Sri Lanka, Suparadasa Stadium, Colombo. It was an indoor stadium. Um, and nobody has done a show like that before in the indoor stadium. We were the first, and now that stadium has been used for many other shows similar to what we did. The one with AR Rahman we did in Zurich, Helen Stadium. And that was also a grand success. We made about 60% in ROI for that particular event. Generally, that was a bigger show in terms of budget as well. Not as much as Pradeep's That was well over 12 CR for the one day. And we made about 18 CR in collections. So that's 60% ROI there. Uh, so how our business works is that uh, most of our income or revenue is from the ticket sales, and that only happens in Western countries. Uh, and Mostly in well-developed nations. Here in India, if you look at event, most of the cost is recovered from the sponsorships. Whereas our show, how we do is that we take most of our money is made from ticket sales. We do about 70%. Just roughly take you there. We do about 70% of our revenue comes from the ticket sales, and the remaining comes from sponsorships and F&B sales and merchandise sales and stuff. At the moment, whatever we have done, we have not done merchandise sales, but what we have done is sponsorships and ticket sales. And in ticket sales, we have three categories. One is the tickets for the concert, and the other one is after party tickets. That is, people who come to concert would also want to spend the rest of the evening going to pub, so and a discotheque. So we have the facility to do that in Europe and America. So we had done that also with Aaron and that show, particular show. Uh, then there is also meet and greet where you could meet the artist for a ticket price, and meeting that would itself cost around 1 lakh the ticket prices. So that those are all the avenues where we could make revenue. And when it comes to cost, the biggest cost incurred is in for the artist. Artist, tech riding and rigging, and the venue. That takes up the bulk of the cost. Here in this breakup, if you see, I have clubbed, here the permits and licenses, staffing, and venue, all this comes to a single cost. We call it as a venue cost. Here I have bifurcated that. So these are the main three expenses. And if you look at what we make around at least 60% of the ROI, regardless of what kind of business, what kind of events that we're doing. At the moment, we are looking, as a business, we are looking to do about four different types of, broadly speaking. The smallest that we're planning to do is about something where we could sell around 5,000 tickets. The largest we are looking at about 15,000 occupancy. And all other event types will fall in between. So I have classified as medium and large, but there is a lot more. Right now, the one that we are doing is Ilayaraja, and that falls around this bracket, 7,500 tickets. Our business is very simple. The fundamental is like this, that we make around 60% ROI regardless of the kind of event. Large or small, we make at least 60% ROI just from the ticket sales. Um, and it is only going to go upper if you have more revenue streams like sponsorships and other uh, venues, like I explained before. On this basis, the business turnaround or the cash flow turnaround for this business is around 3 months. So the moment you sign up an artist, we sign up an artist, and then we figure out the venue and the dates. And once you book the venue, then you announce the show, then you start the ticket sales, and you start paying up for the vendors, like riding, deck rigging, and all other vendors. And then you book flights and hotels, accommodation, and then local transport and everything. Uh, then you get to the pre-rehearsal. You do a rehearsal. You take the entire crew to the venue, and then you do a show. And once the show is done, you collect the revenue from the ticket sales from the ticketing partner. So it is a mandate that we have ticketing partners for each event. The ticketing partner will only release the revenue from the ticket sales after they get NOC, after the show we complete the show, and then we get NOCs from all the stakeholders involved in that show, and then there is a reconciliation thing that happens, and then they release the funds. So that takes about 2 to 3 weeks from the date the show gets over. Okay, so the approximate time for a small show, the cash flow cycle is around 3 to 4 months. Okay, and for a large show like the one we did with ARM, that takes about 6 to 7 months for us to organize and execute that show. and the cash flow cycle is also the same. So if I'm doing it, if I have about 5 crores, I can do the smallest format show, and I could do it 4 times in a year, theoretically. So I can rotate my money 4 times, and each time I make around 60% ROI. So if I don't reinvest my uh, return, I only invest the principal, I would make around to 40% in profit, theoretically. Even in the worst case scenario, we would do pretty well, assuming the realistic projections. So this is how our business works. The largest show is the cash flow cycle is twice, and that will be around 120% return on investment if I'm able to do 2 cycles in a given year with the same fund. So this is our
I'm so
business
sorry to
fundamental, and this
interrupt
is
you,
our cash.
Arun. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Arun, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Actually, investors are just asking for the slides. Are you changing any slides?
Actually, do you see my slides?
Yes, I can see. Just only the starting slides. Just we are able to see. I,
I will do one thing. So basically, I will share you the slides. You can send it to your investors. Okay.
yeah, actually, you are
Uh,
explaining the PPT, right? So the
yes.
first page we are able to see. So are you explaining more than the next slides?
Yes. I have explained you the event, how the event is executed.
Yeah.
And then we are talking about this slide. Actually, I'm shuffling between the slides. I
Okay.
went to this slide, explained to you what is the breakup of cost and breakup of revenue.
Yeah, we able to see the
Just
mission about the Thaalam slides. We able to see. Yeah, can you please check?
You can only see the title slide.
are you able to see my slides?
Yes, yes.
Only the titles.
The right one right now that I'm showing is weighted average 3-year spread revenue breakup and cost
No,
breakup. Are you able
Arun,
to see that?
Arun,
No,
No, no.
I
yeah,
think it is
Arun, the
not
problem,
progressing.
Only
yeah, the
one slide we
problem,
are able to see.
the problem
Sorry.
is you did not share the.
Just we
Correct.
can.
Okay, okay. I get you. I get you. Okay. Uh, yes, I have that problem. So I did not go on that based on slides. I just went with the flow. So first, what I explained was how our revenue and cost composition is. So the current slide that I'm on explains what is our revenue and what is our cost breakup. And generally, this is the set of costs that is incurred in a given show. And roughly, this is the predominantly the larger part of the cost table, and that is shown here. And this is the weighted average of
Sorry to
3 years
interrupt
No,
you,
period.
sorry, interrupt.
Arun.
Still,
Sorry
we
to
are not
interrupt
seeing
you.
any. Yeah.
So not
Okay,
seeing
the
any slide.
problem is that what you are trying to project the numbers in the slide, no one is able to see apart from you.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
try
correct.
to. You're able to see now? No.
No.
Nothing.
Let me disconnect my video and just share the uh, screen. Let me share the entire. Are you guys able to see my
Now,
screen?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Let me know when you're not able to see it. Okay. Are you able to see it now?
Yes, first the column enterprise right limited, we can see now.
Okay. Great. What I'll do is I'll share you a slide. I'll share a slide with the Apika and team, and probably they'll send it to you guys. So that basically, I'm not sure how much visibility it is there, probably because of the internet, and I don't know what is wrong with my probably maybe my laptop. Not sure. So I'll share this entire decks, and right now I'll try to explain our business so that if you can follow what I'm saying, and if you have any doubts, let's go through them. And then I'll share you the decks as well. If you still have doubts, we can discuss it over in another call as well. Okay.
Can you go for another slide so
So
that we can understand whether the slides are changing or not?
you do you see another slide now? Event operation
No,
stages.
No, no.
no,
No?
no.
No,
Arun,
only
Arun,
only
it's
the
not
starting slide we
Arun.
can see.
Yeah, just hold
Okay.
on, everyone. Arun, it's not problem with the slide. It's problem with the sharing. You are sharing only the required part.
Yeah, it
but
is
you can
changing. It's working now.
Okay, hold on. Do one thing. Let me quickly run.
make a share of entire screen so that it would be easy to you.
Oh, yeah. I try to do that. Entire screen.
Now it's perfect. Now you can switch on your cam as well. That's not problem with the internet. That's the problem with the sharing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I'm technologically disabled. Are you guys able to see me switching the screens? I mean, switching the
Yes,
slides?
yes, yes,
Now
yes.
you're able to see?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay. Do you want me to start from the start, beginning?
yes.
Yeah,
Proceed.
Okay. No.
that would be
All right.
helpful.
So I have given you a brief about the company. So the business model, how it works is that what we do is we are only doing shows overseas at the moment because that is where we're able to make more money. Doing shows in India is pretty tough, so we're not doing it in India, and it is also more riskier to do it here. And we are doing shows in places where concepts has been a business model for well over 5 decades. So you might know of bigger brands, international concerts, and international artists, and they have been there for around for many decades. And Western countries, particularly Europe and North America, they have been into this concert business for quite some time, and all this infrastructure is readily available, and and they're pretty easy to do business there. All our events are insured; that is only available there. And right after the event, we can also host a after party, which we can't do in most of the places. And we have an insurance where if the event gets cancelled anytime in between, we will get refund of all the expenses that we have incurred so far. That is something that is there. And then we have this tech rigging and trading. All this is readily available to be outsourced, and they're pretty good at that job. So this gives us a assured success if we are doing shows in those countries. So we have around 20 different venues. Basically, those things are not there in this slide, but I'm basically explaining how it works. So we have identified about 20 different venues where we can make a minimum return on investment about 60%. So that is our um, kind of a cap where we at least need to meet about 16% of return on investment on each event. And we also select our artist and the venue based on that. We have around 20 different artists in our pipeline, and we have announced one. We have made agreements with two, and then several of them are in late stage talks where we have fixed dates for next 1 year ahead. Okay, and so this business is uh, doing the way that we are doing is quite profitable. And each event takes about 3 months to organize. The smaller events, the larger events takes about 6 months to organize. So our focus is going to be more towards the smaller events, smaller and medium events, tier one and tier two events. Uh, so these two, medium and small. That is where the money lies. 3 months, 60% ROI. I rotate the money 4 times in a year. If I can do that, I make around 240% ROI for that every single dollar that I get into that business model. The largest shows are there for us to increase our brand presence and create visibility. Like the one we did with A.R. Rahman, the one we are planning to do with larger artists, they're all going to be a brand building exercise. And there is money that lies there also. We could easily make around 60 to 120% ROI on each dollar spent on larger shows, but it is not as good money as what we would do when we are investing money in the smaller shows. So our lineup is mostly going to be smaller shows. So we are going to dedicate around 80% of our money there. Here it is 70%, but most likely around 80% of our money is going to go in the small and medium. And then 20% is going to remain with the larger. and mega kind of events. So that is the cash flow fundamentals of this business. Okay. And when it comes to the operating side of the business, these are the expenses that is incurred, and this is the revenue breakup that we have. This is something about a 3 year spread. This is a projection that I have made about what we'll do, how many number of shows that we'll do in the next 3 years, and their weighted spread. But approximately, this is how the numbers will be for each event also. We will make around 70 to 75% of our revenue from just ticket sales. Okay. And ticket sales is going to be for the concert. After party. After party is something that I already explained, where right after the concert, people like to spend the rest of the night um, doing party. So that is possible only in European region and North America. So we get revenue from that also. We made around 2 CR in just on that revenue for ARM. And there is also meet and greet. So you get to meet the artist, and if you get a ticket, you'll get to meet the artist involved. If not the lead artist, at least all other singers and other musicians, they get to meet them. Sometimes also the lead artist, and we sell very limited tickets there. Around 100 tickets we sold last time for Air Rahman, and each was around close to 1 lakh the ticket price. So that is one other revenue stream. And then we also have sponsorships. We don't rely too much on sponsorships. Uh, we have made only very little progress on the sponsorship, but now we are making more and more connections. And as 1 year down the lane, I think we'll have a good database of sponsorship, and on the call we can get easily for sponsors for next event. This time for Raja, we are expecting around 60 to 1 crore in 60 lakhs to 1 crore in sponsorships. So that is where we are at the moment in terms of sponsorship. And then merchandise sales, we have not started, but this is something that we'll have going forward for future shows. There is F&B sales. F&B sales happen, food and beverage, during the show, and after the show we have after party. So that is another revenue stream that we have, and we get a cut of the sales is taken care by the venue, and we get a cut from the sales revenue. Ancillary revenue is your copyrights for the show, and this is another big revenue maker. At the present, we are just given zero value for it. But if we have copyrights, we can sell the copyrights at a future stage for this Amazon, the Prime and other, this OTT platforms. So this is where our revenue lies. This is our cost. Main cost that we incur is for the artist. So artist, when I talk about it, is for the lead artist and for the brigade that they bring around. So for AR Rahman, we had about 73 people joining in, included musicians, included singers, and his own team for sound engineers and people like that. For Raja, we have around 50 people joining us. One set is coming from Budapest. His team that is into symphony, so he's getting around 20 people from there. And we have around 32 people joining from Chennai. His set of people, artists, singers, and musicians. Okay, so that is one of the biggest cost. For Raja, we are incurring about 1.6 crores for just the artist. And for your tech rigging, tech writing, and production, we incur another 30%, close to 30% goes there. Here, here there is a different bifurcation, but I keep it in simple terms. Uh, for the current Ilayaraja show, the tech writing and tech rigging, we are the bill is around 1.93 CHF, 193,000 CHF. Roughly, if you assume around 100 rupees, it is like close to 2 crores just for the tech rigging. So the tech rigging and tech writing changes based on the artist. Some artists prefer higher tech rigging requirement, and some artists would prefer low. Uh, Someone like I don't know if you guys know, Deva would require a lesser tech rigging service, tech rigging requirement. But if you there's one other if you know Minnale movie, the music director there, he's the highest, the person with the highest tech rigging requirement. His cost, his artist to tech rigging cost is almost twice or 2.5 times. So each artist it's a different requirement. So that is one of the biggest cost where what we incur there. And then we have our venue cost. Venue is not the rental fee, the rehearsal fee, and so this 11% only reflects the rental and rehearsal fee. But we also have staffing, we also have permits and licenses, we also have parking space rental, and so all that put together, that is also significant. That comes to around 15 to 20%. For the current Ilayaraja show, the bill for the service package that they're providing is around 93 500, 93 500 seats. So that's also about 90 lakhs. Um, that's the major cost. The remaining cost is taking artists from here, lodging them there, providing them food and beverage per diem, and then taking them to the venue, rehearsal cost, and your backstage catering and food and beverage for them. So all put together, that is your most of the remaining cost that is there. That's roughly the cost. And also we have marketing and promotions. Marketing and promotions are incurred during the entire cash flow cycle, and that varies on event to event. For Ilayaraja, we had budgeted around 50,000 CHF. So far, we have incurred around uh, 50,000, and now we have incurred around 15,000. And we think our promotional cost will not exceed more than 25 for the current show. So that's roughly our cost and revenue breakup. Uh, and this one is our event schedule, what we are planning to do for the next 3 years. Let's not go there. It's much more and deeper. So all these remaining slides will talk about 3 year profit projections and uh, yeah, how well placed we are in order to service our debt based on the operating profit that I have and others. But I'll simply get to the current scenario, which is the Ilayaraja concert. We have sold around 3,000. I think we have sold around 3,300 tickets, 330 tickets, and we have sold it roughly at a price of 137 CHF. And we already have 456,000 CHF. That's roughly if you're taking around 100 rupees per CHF, we have 4.5 crores already sitting in the ticketing partners account. We have also sold, since it is Ilayaraja show, there is a lot of people beyond 50 years of age. They are more comfortable buying tickets directly. And so we have also opened up direct sales, and we have done about 1,000 to 1,200 tickets there as well with the same pricing range. So we have already recouped our, if we calculate that, we have close to around 6 CR in ticket sales already. And we have another 2,500 tickets to go. We started the ticket sales on 13th of September. And as of October 5th, this is what our ticket sales was. And this month, we will sell out the remaining tickets based on the way that we are performing in the ticket sales. We are planning to increase the ticket size. We had about 6,300 tickets was our full house. Now we are adjusting our stage and tech rigging to move the stage a little bit back so that we can include another 1,000 to 1,500 tickets. So that put together, just from the concert ticket sales, we will likely reach the 10 CR benchmark, little over 10 CR. So 7,500 tickets into 130, I think. We will cross the 10 CR mark. And then we'll also have the after party team. That will bring in another 1 to 2 CR. And sponsorship, we are expecting around 50 to 1 CR, somewhere around that figure. So we should comfortably be able to do around 4 crores of business. And our investment outlay for Ilayaraja shows around 6.5 CR. I will share it to HappyCoin team, the entire P&L projections for the Ilayaraja show. I can actually show you also. You guys can see this is our budget for Ilayaraja show, and this is as is 1.6 is what we are paying them, and this one we have overshot by 43,000 CHF. This one we are sorry, this is not overshot. 1.5 and 65. We were supposed to bring this cost to around 2.15, but we have achieved that in 190 CHF. And venue we were supposed to do it around 78 for 500, but it costed us, it is now costing us around 93,500. And this one is as is this we have sponsors for hotel accommodation. I think we are going to have this cost to reduce significantly. And this cost is something I think it will stay as is, or it might increase a bit depending on the when we will be booking. Uh, so this is where we lie, and we have saved 25,000 here. We have spent only 15,000 so far. I think in another 10,000 we should be able to sell out. The remaining figures is going to be as is. Here we are projected for 6,500 tickets, but I think we are going to increase that to 7,500 at least. And after party ticket, this is going to be as is, not going to change this. Then we will be able to easily achieve that. And this is going to be ticket counter commission. And from ticket sales, after the commission, ticketing partners commissions and government tax and system fee, everything put together, I think this is what we will net. And then this is what we are expecting from the sponsors. But I think we will only do around 100,000 CHF sponsors this time. So from the ticket sales, another 1,000. I'm expecting we are planning to increase the ticket sales by another 1,000 tickets. So 11,000 odd, 11,600 plus another. So we will be able to achieve this. Whatever we are losing from the sponsorship, we will gain from the increased tickets. So I think this is more or likely the scenario what we'll do. We'll be investing around. I think this is going to be less than 6, and here we will be doing around the same business. We'll see, so close to around 100%. But we are going to keep 60% as our minimum return on investment. So somewhere between 60 and 100% is what we are expecting for the current business that we are going to do, the one with Ilayaraja. So what is in it for the investors? So how much funded are we in this business? The current show we are funding on, so current business it is fully funded. Already we have invested around. So this is the investment cycle. Okay. So the current Ilayaraja show falls under this tier, and the cash flow cycle is this. So this is 3 months cash flow cycle. In cash inflow, we have already spent around 4 CR in. Sorry, someone want to ask something?
Arun, whatever the earlier slide you shown, like October 5th, is that event happened?
No, we have rescheduled the event to December 15th. This event has been rescheduled from October 5th to December 15th because of two reasons. One is visa, we couldn't get visa for 15 of the artists because of some paperwork. So that was rescheduled. Another one was ticket sales was lower because we started the ticket sales well late. We should have done it 2 months ahead. But in order to start the ticket sales, we had to zero down on the tech riding team and the venue. And it took us some venue we had shifted from Hallen Stadium to Jakesville, which is in Basel. So this all happened in the last minute because we couldn't get dates for the tech riding person. So the tech riding vendor for Hallen Stadium, they were not available, and Hallen Stadium was not ready to board any other tech rider and tech rigging people because the way that their stadium is set up, only this other tech vendor, Heiberger is the name, only they were capable of fixing the rigs and everything. And Helen Stadium was not willing to work with a new riding route. So we had to, at the last minute, since we couldn't book the tech rigging person, we had to cancel our contract with Helen Stadium and then book Shakespeare in Basel. So because of that thing, we couldn't start the ticket sales on time. And because we started ticket sales a bit late, we had to reschedule. Also because of the visa issues as well. So now ticket sales generally in Switzerland and most of the European places, once the ticket is, I mean, the event is cancelled, only then there is a refund. Otherwise, if the show has been rescheduled, there is no refund. People who have bought tickets, they could sell separately on the ticketing platform on fan-based portal. Okay, fan tickets, something. There is a different place where fans could resell their tickets, so they can use that mode to resell. But there is no refund. So whatever we have sold is not refundable. And then we still have another 2 months to sell the remaining tickets, and we will add new tickets. If that answers your question. So from there, we take around 3 months. In 3 months, we already invested 4 CR in this business, and there is remaining 2.5 CR or 2 CR, I think, because of the cost reduction and everything. So that is something that we incur just right during the show, just before the show date, during the rehearsal, and prior to that, we pay the remaining uh, cost associated to all the parties. So artists will be paid in full when they board the flight, and the vendors, the venue and the vendors will be paid in full before the rehearsal, and every other cost is totally paid before the start. If we don't pay off the cost, they do not switch on the lights. So that's how it works. And right after the show gets over, then we get all the invoices, and 3 weeks from there, we get our money. Ticket sales on. So after that, we pay back our investors. So for this show, we are already 4 CR down in it, and we also have the remaining fund. But we want to announce our next show with Yuvan Shankar Raja and Sindhu. That is for Zurich and Canada. But for that, we need to release some of the money from this show that is already invested. So we have opened up an investment for this particular show. So what is in it for the investors? We are onboarding investor. There is two format, but generally here we are approaching for the first format where we are taking investor on onboarding investor on a short-term basis for 3 months, starting from now until first week of January. That is when we'll get our money and we will refund the investors. For that, we are willing to give a big chunk of our profit. So we are giving per month, it is going to be a 5%. So for 3 months put together, it's a simple return of 15% on their investment. This is not a profit sharing. It is purely 15% return for 3 months of investment. On an annualized basis, that works out to around 60%. So the terms are simple. If you're investing today, October 7th, you will get your money back on Jan 7th. And along with the interest, the payment frequency is right after the uh, term expiry. So that is our investment. There is another investment that is for people who are getting in a larger money. That is at least 1 CR in funding, and we provide them a minimum return of 15% and a maximum of a 50% share in the profit. 50% if they're getting the entire money. If they're getting less than the entire money, then that will be on a pro rata basis. And we would also provide an added benefit of taking them to the show. We'll cover the entire cost up and down. So that's basically our investment for this particular show that we have. Any doubts or anything, any clarity that you guys want? Open for answering questions. Guys, any questions? I'll be around if you guys have any questions. Okay.
So what is the minimum amount you are expecting as an investment from each person? I mean, what's the entry level?
Well, I had discussion with the Happy Coin team, and they wanted us, they had requested us to onboard at least a minimum of 5 lakhs. So we have agreed to their terms. They're onboarding as low as 5 lakhs, but not lower than. Basically, we want larger amount so that we don't want to onboard too many investors. But for Happy Coin, we have agreed for a minimum investment of at least. And there is no upper ceiling on the investment. The more you are going to bring, will give a better deal on profit share.
Yeah, this investment is regarding Ilayaraja or Yavan Shankar Raja. So,
We are right now looking for investment for Ilayaraja.
okay.
The investment for Yuvan Shankar Raja will only open after we complete the show.
Okay.
So you
Have
can,
you,
if you're investing here, if you're happy with us, happy with the
okay.
returns you made, you can reinvest the money again on
Okay.
our next.
Have you
Concept.
incurred any losses after rescheduling the show?
No,
Because already you have put in
maybe
4
maybe
crores.
on the no. So for rescheduling, we have to pay another extra 5,000 for the event. So that is the extra cost that we have incurred. So from 93,000 schedule, we have incurred another 5,000.
Okay.
So this 3 months is a fixed one, or in case in future, in case if the event is again rescheduled, so we have to wait till the event completes.
No, no. The term is that generally what we are doing is for investor only for 3 months. Right after the 3 month, we are actually we are giving a post to check on that day when the term expires, so they can simply go and check. They don't have to wait for, regardless of the show will anyway happen, but we will have our money at least 1 week prior to that, so you can take back your return and so we have sufficient funds to cover the show. It is already there. We want to invest our money in the next show, and we will also have a standby capital on our hands, so we will not have any issues. That will honor our company.
Yeah, how will be the process of investment? Do you have any paperwork or how it will be exactly?
Yeah. Yes, there is a paperwork. It is going to
Okay.
be something similar to a promissory note, but it's going to be a loan agreement, short-term loan agreement.
Okay.
Arun, how is it a Happy Coin approached you or you approached Happy Coin, and how did your partnership
Happy,
started?
Happy Coin approached us not directly. We met in a show. That is
Okay.
how we came to know about them. And they have been in talks with us for quite some time. They try to understand our business, and after this, this is happening after quite some time. So after they are quite pleased with what all documents that we have, that is when they have put us through you guys.
Arun, is it audible?
Yes. very much.
Arun, like if I remember, like around May or June, the similar kind of session was happened regarding the Thaalam with BE Invest. So I think at the time the revenue forecasting and revenue sharing model was profit model sharing is little bit different actually.
Yes,
So and there were some benefits also been offered to the investors to experience the live events at the location.
correct.
So is
Correct.
it happening in this model also?
In order to take an investor to these shows, I'll give you roughly the breakup. Okay. So the cost for visas, priority visa starts around 47K. Okay. And normal visa is around 25K. And the ticket cost would be around 1.2 to 1.5 up and down. Okay. And for economy class. And the tickets, uh, the VIP tickets is going for around 27,000 to 30,000 per ticket. Okay. And the stay is going to be another one CM for the all things covered, I think, around 1 to 1.5. That's good, 3.5 to 4 lakhs for the ticket. So this was not working out. This will work out if the investment is significant. If someone is bringing us once a year, then we are happy to provide this benefit. But for a smaller investment, this will not uh, make us. I mean, this will not work out for us. So this is still on, but the investment minimum investment size is more to provide them these benefits. We also
Okay.
provide them share of profit. So in one of these contract that we have signed is that we are giving investor up and down. I mean, we are taking care of the entire cost for flying them and making them attend the shows and then getting them back. And then in addition to that, we are giving them the minimum return of 15% for the 3 months, and we are also giving them a maximum. So the um, better of the two. So either 15%. If the profit is going to be lower than 15%, it will be the 15%, or it will be the profit share. So I'm expecting around 30 to 50% return on investment if you're going on a profit sharing implement. So that is even better option that we're given. So that is
That's
there, but not for a lower investment.
okay. So if the investor is based out of European country, so is there any scope for extending this kind of
That we can do. We can give them tickets, no problem. Show tickets we can give.
okay.
Arun,
Yeah,
will the short-term loan agreement be directly with the individual here? I mean, who will be interested to invest,
yes.
or will it be directly? You will be having an agreement with Happy Coin, and Happy Coin will be having an agreement with each of us.
I'm not sure about how we have not discussed that with Happy Coin yet, but generally what we are agreement that we are signing with the investor is directly from the company to the investor. I think we had signed one investor from Happy Coin. It was with the investor, not with Happy Coin. I believe. I think Happy Coin was involved in arbitrary position, I guess. I have to see the agreement in case of those things. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Did I answer your question?
I think Deepika is here, like
Yes.
from the B Invest. She can give her inputs over here. So how the investment mode happens with the Thaalam? Deepika, are you here?
Yes, Nagendra.
Yeah. So how the investment pattern happens with Thaalam?
Yeah,
Can you
and
give your input?
regarding the question you asked, like regarding agreement, kada, you are asking about how it's
Yeah.
going to be like agreement between directly with the Thaalam or investor or Thaalam with the B investor, you're asking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, last time we did a agreement with the investor for earlier session. So with the Thaalam with the direct with investor. So agreement will be Thaalam with investor.
Okay, this is happens same with this
Yes. Yes, and
this
same
investment also,
same
right?
pattern. Yes, and Dheeraj.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, Dheeraj. Yeah. So if you have any questions, Andy, regarding agreement and any question related investments.
What is the second model? Initially, first model is like paying a minimum amount
The
of
second,
around 5 lakhs, right? The second one you told like it will be profit
yeah, the
share.
second model is which also has a profit share.
Okay, for that
So it's
one,
for a
that
larger investment. Yeah.
how much expectation is amount? Larger investment
The
means.
minimum investment is around one. We can actually take this if you, we can, it can be discussed over calls, separate call.
Okay.
With happy
Deepak,
kind.
like just now, like Arun told, like the earlier agreement happened through BINVEST as a arbitration, right? So if in case there is any issue or anything happens, the financial thing, so will the BINVEST support to the investors in terms of whatever?
I think Viraj should be a better person to answer that.
Yeah, Viraj.
Sorry guys, I can't hear you properly. Can you come again, please?
No, in
Viraj,
terms
I'll tell
of
you.
okay, go ahead.
So, Nagendra is asking about, so basically in one of our investment, we had one of the company that is involved in between the investor and us, uh, we named as the arbitrator. That was the investor's requirement. So we had them, named in the agreement as the arbitrator in case of any disputes. So they're asking if
Yeah.
Happy Coin would take up that role.
Sir, I know the who asked this question. Narendra sir, I think so. Nagendra sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can discuss this in on a call, sir. One-on-one call.
Okay. I think you can clear the views here. So a lot of participants were there, right? That's the
Not about
reason I
it will
raised the
be
concern. Yeah.
uh, you, we invest and a Thaalam thing. You will be in between you and the Thaalam. But the agreement will be between you and Thaalam, sir.
Okay.
And the process and the caring of the back end operations and everything will take care of.
That's what. So based on the as an investor perspective, like whatever the investment I was putting, like if in case interested, so will it be secured or guaranteed through the invest? That's the reason I was raised the concern. Why? Because
Yeah, we will take the responsibility.
okay. So Arun Soman, like just now you told the October 5th event was cancelled, right? If the same thing
Even
happens,
is
like
rescheduled.
is it rescheduled? Okay.
Even, yeah.
So
It is
in
not cancelled, it is rescheduled.
okay, in those times, like you told there was loss incurred, right? Around 5,000 buck, whatever it
Correct.
is. So
Yeah.
how you are going to mitigate these kind of the loss if it happens frequently, or I mean, I don't know the count, how frequent the cancellation happens at your company. So that's the
So
reason.
yeah. So this is not even cancelled. If it cancels, that means the show is not going to happen. And if the show is not going to happen for any reason, we have our insurance covered. We have event insurance. So our principal is covered. But our profit is not covered. Since the show is not happening, we may not make the profit. But whatever money that we have poured in until that, they're all recoverable. So the insurance party will pay us in full. So that is the setup. But if it is rescheduling, the rescheduling cost is something that we'll have to pay. I'm not sure if there's any insurance. I think there might be conditions where that will also protect us from rescheduling. But this 5,000 is quite a small amount. It's based on what we are kind of making. It's not a huge hit on our balance sheet. So I think we are good on that. If in case cancels, we are covered on that side. It is only the risk is only to the return, not to the principal. In that case, we will still honor our commitment. Even if the event cancels, we pay our investors on the date, on the time that the term expires. We will pay them. So that is why we're taking on event to event. We're not taking two ahead. So 3 months is a um, well-defined time, which is very comfortable for us also. So it is not like right after the show, the next day that we are going to pay. So we are taking 3 weeks time. So we will not have any issue.
Okay. So generally, if the event happens in the advance booking, when it gets started, generally I was asking.
Generally, right after the show gets announced, the ticket sale should happen. But we took some time. We announced October 5 show quite some time before. But the thing is, we couldn't manage to get the tech rigging guy. So now what we are doing for the next show is that once we hire the artist, for artist gives us a broad range, let's say between this date to this date, and they're flexible in dates and all. And then we'll have to find a venue. So when we go for a venue, then generally we will not do on a weekdays. We will generally go for weekends, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Um, that is when people would want to visit, not during the weekday. So those dates are limited when you look at the calendar, and we'll also have to make sure that those do not collide with any festivals or other time where the audience might go somewhere else. So that is another thing that we need to take. So based on all that, and then we'll also have to make sure. So three things we have to make sure: artist, venue, and the vendor tech rigging and the writing guy where we are going to outsource most of the work. They all, if they are available, then we can launch the ticket sales. But in
The
this case,
fourth.
unfortunately,
Okay. Yeah, continue.
sorry, that's something. But in this case, unfortunately, we had venue and artists with us, the dates are not finalized, but we couldn't get the tech rigging either. So many people, no, so many vendors available. But Helen Stadium was insistent on getting this particular person, and that person was had booked for another event on that day. So they, despite of we offering bigger money than generally what we offer, they were still not willing to work with us on that particular day. So we had no other option but to move it to Basel. But when we moved to Basel way in advance, but because we moved to Basel, it took us like 1 month, 1.5 month to launch the ticket sales. And we launched the ticket sales just 20 days before the show, 25 days. That was way too close. And generally, if you want to sell out the tickets, you have to launch the tickets right before the salary date. So that is in Swiss, it's around 20 to 25th. You have to launch at that day ticket sales. And then just when the salary hits the account, most of the people will book. So if we give at least two salary cycle, we will be full. But we launched after the salary cycle, and we had only one salary cycle. So that was a bit difficult for us. And for next, we are going to cover this issue by first fixing the rigging party and the venue and the artist. And we can claim on launch ticket sales.
What is the average occupancy rate per event actually? So in the given slide, I couldn't see that ratio. You have
So
only
what we have
projected
sold
the.
so far,
Mhm.
what we have sold so far is this is the total number of tickets available, 6,457. This is what we have sold, 3,331. This is online sales. And this is the average price that we have sold for. And this is the uh, money that we have already sitting in um, the ticketing partners account, ticket corner. This is how much is the percentage. We have sold 51% of the tickets online. In addition to this, we have already sold another 1,200 tickets because last moment we wanted to sell the tickets. And again, Ilayaraja is someone who's more connected towards older artists, and older artists prefer sometimes prefer offline sales, like when they go to some shop, they want to buy it from a shop. So we had sold tickets in about 70 different, 60 to 70 different shops, and we sold around 1,200 tickets there. So in addition to this, we have sold another 1,200 slots around. So we are left with another 2,000 tickets roughly to be sold, and we will easily sell out. So we are going to increase this by another at least 1,000 to 1,200. That is the maximum it can increase. If we move the stage a little bit back, uh, and anyway, there will be a kill seats. So when you're setting up a stage, you have to setting up the sound rigs and everything. So generally, the view, some seats get killed because there is no view. So if we rearrange all these things, this is a 10,000 seater stadium. So uh, no matter how efficient we do, we will be killing around 2,500 seats. We won't be able to sit down. So 7,500 seats is the maximum occupancy we can do, provided we move the stage here and a little bit adjust here. So yeah.
So what is your current market presence in the Europe? I missed the
We are right
initial
now
conversation.
we have radio network in Switch, so we're able to sell tickets easily because we have very good radio network. In 26 cantons we are present. And we are the number one Tamil channel in Switzerland, radio station. And I mean, if you travel with us, you know that most of the we have, I think, the Sri Lankan Tamil population is the um, more affordable population. They buy the higher price tickets than the Indian Tamil population. Okay, and so
What is
we
the
have very good presence
percentage?
there.
Sorry, what is the percentage of those people in Switzerland? The whatever you are,
I think
convenience or
it is four, one, 2:1, Indian to
okay,
Sri Lanka, and we have presence. We would be easily able to market our concerts in Germany as well. Okay. And we are very good in Canada. We have radio networks there, and we are doing pretty well in Canada. So since we have done already hosted several events as a media partner, we can easily do business in these places. We are looking to set up radio networks in other parts of Europe. We are looking to do it in
currently
France.
who are the
And
media partners with you for the show?
we are the media. We own radio
I
net,
mean,
so we are the media. So we are not just promoter. We are actually the media entertainment company.
okay,
We are also the media, and we are also person in this way.
okay.
Arun, those interested, to whom will they transfer the amount? Is it directly to your account or Happy Coin?
Yeah, I think you'll be transferring to our account
Okay,
directly. Viraj,
okay,
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you are right.
okay. Thanks.
Arun, have you raised in previously any investment pitch from the investor or Athicon or this is the first time?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Have you raised any investment pitch previously or this is the first time you are from the investor?
This is my first pitch personally,
Okay,
but Happy Coin had got us one investment before, but that was for a longer format.
okay, but
Happy
from
Coin
same
are now
Thaalam
more,
or other guy?
Thaalam Entertainment.
Thaalam. Okay.
So they had got an investment before. That is a 1 year term,
Okay,
and
okay.
so basically now
Is
Happy
it
Coin is
completed
more
or still
interested
is
with
on
us.
still is in progress? I mean,
No,
invest-
still in progress. I think it is due
okay,
next year.
okay,
The principal return is due next year, and
okay.
I think Happy Coin is now more confident with us because they've seen his work
Yeah, yeah.
and we have
What
kind of
was the expected ROI of that? that thing.
No, that is not on event basis. That is they're investing in the company.
Okay.
So what we found is longer investment takers are less and the returns are also lower there. On an event basis, we have many takers. People want to just go on event basis, and people also like to get their money back quicker. So, so this is working for us. So this is
Okay.
and the returns are also damn good. So,
Mm.
so we have had success in this form, not in the prior format. The prior format was for like 1 year, 2 year term. That was not working for us much.
So, um, hi. Hi, Arun. So, is there any tax
And
deduction after that, once we
we are
receive the
not doing
payment kind of?
TDS.
Okay,
We are not doing TDS. The liability falls on.
okay.
Again, what are the risks involved in this? I mean, are there any risks involved for the investor?
Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
What are the risks
Risks.
involved in this investment for the investor? Are there
Invest.
any?
There is no investment risk. Basically, we have recouped our investment. We have actually made whatever should be invested. 6 CR is our budget. We have already done that on
It was
ticket sales.
4.
It is not
Okay.
in our account yet. It is in ticketing partners account. We will get that money if we complete the show. Okay. And we still have 2000 odd tickets to sell. Even if I sell it for like 137, same average price, I'll still make around close to 3 CR. Then we have after party. That at least I think we'll make around 1 CR. Okay. And ads and sponsorship. I think lower end will make at least 50 lakhs. All put together, that is like 4.55 CR. So well over the 6 crore budget, I'm making another extra 5 CR. So what I'm promising, so that is roughly so let's say if I'm making 12 here, that is around 100% return.
Yes.
And I've already made recouped my investment. All I need to make now is profit. And on that profit share of the 100% that I'm making, I'm
You're
giving you
sharing
15%.
15%.
Yeah, so that's not a big problem for me. So the risk is way minimal.
Arun, just have a curious question. Like, what is the pricing mechanism you follow? Is it a dynamic or like a static? That's the reason.
Dynamic. We had started with early bird tickets and now we are switching. We are looking, we might add Dhanush. We are talking to them. So we want to increase ticket price. We are looking to, because we already sold more than 50%. And so the remaining, usually as the day progresses, the ticket prices will usually rise up. And so it is a dynamic pricing. And we are looking at a way to increase even further. So I'm not saying I didn't want to say this, but anyway, you asked. But we are looking at dynamic pricing, and we are looking probably to increase the price and price of the tickets, and we are looking to have Dhanush also included in this artist brigade. That might not happen. It's like 50-50 chance.
Okay. So when this company has been established or founded?
Well, the Thaalam has been in the business since 2002 as a radio company. Last year, we did two shows. We organized our own shows. We made good profits. Then we thought, okay, this business we should do this business separately because having both the business and the same company is not good. So we had this company incorporated just for the live music concert. So this was incorporated right after AR Rahman show. AR Rahman show happened in October last year, and we incorporated this company in October 2023.
So Arun, if we put it in numbers per person, if a person invests 5 lakhs, after 3 months he will be getting 5,75,000
Correct.
at 15%, that 5% each month.
Correct. And it's not compounding effect. It is simple 15%. Month on month, 5%. And there is no compounding effect.
So 25,000 into 3 months, 75,000.
Correct.
Thaalam Events is a subsidiary of whatever the radio station you told, right? Thaalam Media or something. So it's
Right now, we are actually working we have companies in few places. Right now, we are trying to bring Swiss, Canada, and Indian companies under Dubai entity. We have an entity in Dubai as well. So that is going to be a holding company. We have just incorporated in ADGM, Abu Dhabi Global Market. So we are trying to bring under one umbrella to save taxes, corporate taxes.
Okay. So far, how many events has been executed from
We have done
the
2 shows.
inception? 2002.
This company has not so on papers, this company has not executed any shows so far. Raja will be the first show. But as a group, we have executed 2 shows as organizers. But as a media partner, we have executed more than 190 shows. And we have 5 shows for this financial year in pipeline. By March 31st, we are planning to execute 5 shows for this Thaalam Entertainment. And the next year, we are planning to do around 20 shows. And then progressively we increase. We have contracts with Yuvan Shankar Raja. We are about to sign up few other artists.
Okay, last year you have executed two events, and this year how many so far till September?
No, this is our first event.
Oh, okay. So how confident you are okay, how confident you are executing 5 events next year? That's the reason why, because so far the whole year you didn't execute any events, right? So
Correct. So Ilayaraja is done and dusted. This is already everything is set in place. Only the event has to be carried out. Okay. And UN, we have 2 contracts. One is for Canada and one is um, for Swiss. That show that is going to be a larger show. We are looking to sell about 15 to 20,000 tickets in Canada, and Switzerland we should be easily able to do 12 to 15,000 tickets. Okay, so that's a larger show, and for that we are lining up investors in pipeline. We already have significant investors, but once we announce the show is when we get the money from the investors. So in order to announce the show, we have to remove part of our money from the show and put there. Only then we can announce that show because we need to raise some vendor and the artist. So that is 3 shows, and there is another 2 smaller shows that we have. I cannot tell the artist name, but that is going to be a much smaller show, 5,000 tickets, and those and all can be executed at a much faster pace. But at least 3 we will execute. That is for sure. 2 shows, they are not going to take too much time for us, and that is something that is easily sellable shows. Like the maximum tickets we are going to do is around 5,000. The minimum we kept is around 3,000. So show wise, although it is 5 shows, the biggest show is only going to be even Silver Partners.
what is the expected fundraise in this round? I mean, what is the expected amount you are
from
fundraising from the investors?
Well, we have several things in pipeline. We are not only looking at individual investors, we are looking at there is several works going behind. So several are in very late stage, and if all things go well, uh, I don't want to actually put this, but we are looking at a very big number to come in very soon.
At least from this
That should take
session
care.
via Happy Coin?
No, this is not by Happy.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
just
asking about via Happy Coin. How much were you anticipating now this round?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's about 50 odd people in this meetup, I think. And I'm not sure about how much commission that's going to. So I'm just presenting the business. I think interested people will invest. I'm not sure.
Whatever the purpose you have invested in now is the whole company investment, or are there any investors
Yes,
involved in?
it is all company money invested so far, and we have around 1 CR already raised from 1.5 CR
Okay.
raised from investors.
Okay,
That
you're
is,
looking for
yeah.
another two or one.
We are looking for as much as possible so that we'll invest in our next show.
Okay, okay. You are piling up the. Yeah, yeah.
We are okay to take up even 10 CR. All that we
Right.
have to do is only
Okay.
pay them 15%.
Future for your future projects. Whatever
Yes, yes,
you have in
I
the
can
pipeline. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For future projects also the ROI is the same process, huh? 15% or there will be
Yeah,
any
yeah,
difference?
yeah. This is right now working for us. Earlier we
Okay.
had looking for that 1 year, 2 year investment, but that was investment was lower. We were offering them lower return.
Okay.
But now we are only what we have found is that we will invest in a show. We will announce dates. We will do start ticket sale. Then once we
Okay.
have it, we will open up for investors. They can come and invest in that show. We will take our money, invest in the next show. So when that
Okay.
show's ticket sale starts, this show will complete. We will roll over like that.
Well, okay. Is there any chance of increasing the ROI of for next future projects? Or, you'll go with the 50%.
We are going to go with 5% per month.
Sorry,
That
5%.
is where we are comfortable at. For a
Yeah.
larger investor, we are offering also profit share. So we simply don't want to offer too high.
Okay.
This is something
Okay.
we can comfortably pay without sweating.
Okay.
And we don't want to. So this is all based on what money we're going to make, right? So there is,
Mhm.
so this is like
Okay.
fixed return. There is no any risk involved. So this is a very good return for a
Yeah.
short period.
The profit share is of minimum 1 crore investment, right?
We can discuss that. We can discuss that over a different call. So it is on a
Okay.
case-to-case basis. We will look
Okay.
at what is your outlay, what can you bring, and
Okay.
we can discuss on that later.
Okay.
It is on a case-to-case basis, but smaller investment are all like fixed. If you bring 5 lakhs or 20 lakhs, all same, 5% straight.
Yeah, whatever is
If
the
you're
money,
bringing
but
big,
5% is the
yeah,
ROI. Yeah.
yes, there is no slabs.
Mm.
So Happy Coin was like
Light
very, very, very insistent on like to give the same benefit for all investors. So like we're okay, we do that, and they have said that they raise decent money. So
Yeah. Thank you, Arun.
no problem. So if you guys have any other questions, we can close the call. All good. So anyone interested, I think you can reach out to your Happy Coin contact and they'll get back to us, I believe.
What was the start date and end date of this? I mean, what is the start date and end date?
Start date of the investment will be the date when you sign with us. So that will be when you transfer the
No,
money.
he is asking about the closing date.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
No, there is some slight disturbance from other persons. Can you repeat it again?
You're asking what is the start date
Yeah,
and the
start
end
date.
date?
Yeah, yeah.
Start date is the date that you'll be investing with us and signing up the contract.
So when it is planned? In the next
And
month
3 months
or
from now.
definitely?
No, we are taking investment right now. If you
Okay.
are interested,
No, when
go
you are
ahead
signing
and
the
invest.
agreement.
Sorry.
When you are signing the agreement.
We are signing. If you are coming to our office, we'll
Okay.
sign it
Okay.
tomorrow also. Yeah.
Arun, I have one question regarding your fundraising. So,
Maybe he's asking about the last
sorry.
date of investment.
That will be 3 months from that date.
Pardon?
Generally, so
No,
generally we
for
need
investment, what is the last date?
three. So 3 weeks after the. I think there is a cross
No,
talk.
no.
But anyway, 3 weeks after the show gets over. 15th. So that will be around first week of Jan. Okay. But if
No,
you are investing a
Arun,
bit
what he's
late,
asking, so what is the what is the last date for investment? Starting of investment, what is the last date?
Last date of accepting investment.
Yeah, that's what he
last
used to
date of
ask.
accepting. No, we don't have a last date. Probably, actually, we are looking to take as much investment before this in 2 weeks. But if someone wants to invest a bit later, we will board them for the next program, or we will come with a different offer. So that will be for a shorter period, like 2 months, or like depending on days. Right now, we have 3 months time. That's that we are the term is 3 months. If you're coming a bit late, closer towards the show, if you're coming in maybe 1 month later, then that'll be a 2 months investment.
Arun,
Relatively delayed.
Okay, those investment you're moving to next.
See, what I suggest is invest at the earliest possible. So it's good for you, it's good for us also, so that we can announce our next show also. And you roll our investment in our next show.
Hello? 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 Is it audible, Arun?
It is better that if we can do it in a week or it is comfortable for us and we.
Hello?
Nagendra garu, we are able to hear your voice, please.
Okay.
Vinabadu.
Yes, Arun, I was supposed to ask one last question. So regarding the purpose of raising fund through angel investors instead of venture capitalists or other traditional fundraising, is there any specific reason? So your motto is like a thing like very clear. So why you are looking for individual investors instead of going with the traditional thing?
Angel investors, we spoke to several of them. They're invested in equity of the company. And right now, if I'm drawing up the valuation of the company, we are not going to get a good valuation. We want to do at least 15 to 20 shows before we go for the equity. At that point of time, I think our balance sheet and cash flow will speak for ourselves and we'll get a good valuation. That is when we are actually going to go for it. Until then, see, this is you generally people will go for the equity route first because there is going to be a sink in capital. In our business, there is no sink in capital and there is no break-even concept. It is on a show-to-show basis. So, and we are making good money on show-to-show. So, there is no SG&A expenses are very bare minimum. Okay, most of our cost is only the money that we are putting on the show, and we are only taking investment for the show, not for back end operations and all. So, when we are doing that, uh, we are very confident to board debt investment at a higher rate than go for a equity stake. Why? Because we know the growth of our company. So we have projections and in couple of years we are going to be quite big. So at that time is when we want to actually go for equity. Right now, if we are going for equity, we are going to lose a lot of stake for very less money. If that answers your question.
You thought it is early time to approach an angel investor.
Sorry.
You thought like this is the earlier time to approach a VC
This
for
is too early to approach them because they are going to ask. We have already approached
equity.
them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and many of them are interested, but what they are asking for is too high.
You are not ready to give the equity at this current
No, no,
point.
no,
Yeah.
no. We can actually survive on our own. We don't need. I
Yeah.
mean, angel
Got
investment
it.
and all is for people who want sink in money.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
So we are not sinking in any money.
There would be agreement, Arun, between the investor and the your company.
Yeah. You wanted to know about the agreement?
No, no. My question is
I
that
have a
is there an agreement between the investor and the company? With the company?
yeah. Of course.
Okay. What policy you have that if you investor or the uh, the holder of the like company, if he is not meeting to the terms and conditions, what type of policy we have?
Sorry,
Suppose,
I think I'm not. I didn't get your answer. Can you elaborate?
okay. See, I'll say that, yeah, able to hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay, my
Just like
question
give me an
is
example.
like, yeah, suppose we have a, set of terms like this is what the guaranteed amount is giving to the investor. Okay, if
Yeah.
those terms was not met, what is the policy we have to claim that one?
Okay, so basically you're saying what if the company doesn't keep up the
Met
terms?
the
Right?
conditions, yeah, met the conditions, yeah.
Okay, so in the agreement it is clearly stated that when a company goes into default, so if the company doesn't honor any of the term, then the company is in technical default. If the company is in technical default, then the investor gets a privilege to demand accelerate the repayment of the loan with the accrued interest. And the investor can also drag the company into bankruptcy. So the kind of business that we have, we will never allow that to happen, correct? Because we have a very good business model, and we are making a lot of money on that. And so our main priority is to honor the commitment, the terms that we agreed. So we will not go into technical default. That is so the loan agreement is uh, more favorable for the investor. You can take a look. I'll
No,
actually
that
send
is,
it to you.
yeah, that's true. See, I know that the technical defaults, how it works out. Because, see, once it becomes a technical default, that's a different scenario and it's a long
Mm,
process also. Okay.
mm.
That's not that much easier, like, okay, I'll get tomorrow or something. My amounts. Okay. Like, how much the size of the company is?
How much the size of the company?
In the valuation.
In the valuation.
Valuation, we don't have valuation, but actually our investment into this business is our own money is 4 CR, and we have cash of another 4 CR.
Okay. As of now, the company evaluation is I can consider as 4 CR.
Just the cash you can consider 8 CR. 4 CR
Okay.
invested, 4 CR in
Okay. On the name of the
on
company name, we have any assets?
no assets.
Okay, we don't have any
If you're
assets.
looking about if you're looking about a secured investment, this is not a secured investment. This is an unsecured investment, and that is why it carries a higher return. There is a secured investment that we are in the pipeline of working, and we have a so it is going to be a secured unconvertible debentures for a 1 year term, and we are offering around 18% interest rate. And we have a commercial property that is used as a collateral, and we are using Axis as a trustee, Axis Bank. So it is in the
Mhm.
initial work. I think it will take around 2 to 3 months for us to have that up and running, that investment. So we have another model also, but that is for a 1 year term.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. There is no valuation for the company. Yeah, the assets. Okay. Got it. Yeah. What? See. Now the risk barrier is would be the investor is very high. Okay. What is the reward we are giving to the investor?
The reward is 60% return on investment per year annualized. If you look at it. If you are bringing in more money, then the reward is even better. So if you are going to bring a sizable investment, you're likely to make around 50% return on your investment with a couple of freebies in 3 months. So that works out to around, if you're going to roll us with us for 1 year, that is annualized rate of around 200%.
Okay. No, you said one point like if you get an good number, okay, you saying that you said one word I did not remember that. Yeah. Uh, okay, it would be 60% means like yeah. See the why I'm asking this all aspects is like see one thing is that we don't have a valuation to the company, we don't have an assets to the
Correct.
company, and we don't have the risk is very high and you were saying that just an agreement, that's right, only the agreement what we have is that between the company and the investor only we have the agreement, based on the agreement we need to go on.
Yeah. So your investment is strictly going into the event, right? And the event is already insured. So your money, your
That is
principal is
sure that
insured.
how it would be
Yeah.
visible to the investor, that is it's strictly going to the
Correct. So
event.
yes. Well, the agreement that I can actually right after the event, I can give you a balance sheet and I can give you a bank statement as to what is being
No, no,
invested,
no, no. See,
where it
see,
all
Arun,
is
Arun,
going on.
don't think in a negative, different way because I'm asking is that see, I have a multiple business. Okay, as
Correct.
a uh, Happy Coin is my financial advisor. That is the reason today I'm attending this session. Okay, or listening this stuff.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
say that I see in a multiple businesses they'll say the business initially different, but when coming to
Okay.
the balance sheets, okay, that was diversified into a different components, and they'll show in a different balance sheets. Okay, that's happening a lot. I'm not saying that okay in a negative way. I'm taking in a positive way only. But as an investor, I'll have that question, right? This
Correct.
investment is going to the right to the event or not is a my primary question. That's how you fulfill that to me.
So your money is going for the next event. We are already paid up for this event, like almost 60%
Mhm.
is covered. We are going to use your money for the next event. But as a collateral, we are saying that we will give back your money and the return from the current event that we have already invested. I agree that your point is that you're asking if there's any collateral. As a collateral,
Correct.
I don't have
Correct.
any collateral, company collateral. I don't have. The collateral that we are offering is on a different investment for the same company. We are raising funds on a different mechanism. But that is, we are not there yet. We are still in setting up stage. In 2 months down the line, in 2 to 3 months down the line, we will have that investment where your investment is 100% secure. And we are offering you 18% per annum. So that is also there. Again,
Mhm.
risk and rewards, you're a businessman, you understand risk and reward ratio.
That is
If
what
you're
I'm saying.
if
That
you're
yeah,
willing
always a risk and reward would be both the things in
Yeah.
a.
So if you are willing to risk, you invest a bigger portion and you know your risk, right? You know that the show is going to happen. You know how much tickets you already showed. I've given you all that data. You know how much money is already with the ticketing partner. And right after the show complete, they're going to release to me. So you know that part. Now you can invest bigger part, travel with us. We'll take you there. You will see the show for yourself. Then you will then you will have better confidence. You say, okay, my money is invested here. You will understand. So that is can be taken care. But
Okay.
smaller
And
investment, we are we only when you travel with us for one short way. That is again why we are having a shorter format. If you travel with
Mhm.
us for 3 months, I'm sure that you are
Mhm.
never going to you're never going to go out of. You're always going to reinvest your money. So we want to give that investor a confidence. I want to give them that kind of a kind of, you say, taste of success. Once they succeed in investing this, then they're never going to, you know, part ways with us. So that is our idea. So we are not looking
Okay.
at, so that is why we are also giving a better rate of return. You invest with us, you see how we succeed, and after that, you can continue the journey with us. And for your money that you're investing, this is the maximum kind of, this is where the limitations. See, it is already set. This event is there. It's going to happen. We already recouped our investment. This is how much you want. We are going to use your money for a different investment, but we have our money online in this business. If that show revenue comes in, we are going to pay the show's money. Ideally, we are paying our investment money and our profit to you. We are investing your money into another show. So
Okay. That's good part. Arun, see, we have that provision, or we have that
Yes.
leverage with the Happy Coin to check on a quarterly basis of the balance sheet. We have that leverage with the Happy Coin.
no, we don't have
Financial
sizable
statements.
investment from them to demand. Yeah, we don't have.
No, why I am
We
asking
can
this question is
agree.
at least you guys come into the level play, so that it would be more easier that on quarterly, quarter on quarter,
If
so that Happy Coin
if
come in kitchen and check the balance
so
sheets,
that
how
is
it is
something
going.
correct. So if Happy Coin generates significant investment from their side, we will give them that access.
Okay, that's fair deal. Yeah. See,
So right
why I am
now,
saying is
for
that you guys are very initial stage, and we are also,
correct.
if we are associating as a with the Happy Coin, so that it would be more leveraged, so that quarter on quarter.
We are we are giving that access for individual investors, people who are investing once year, no. So when we say we are sharing profit, we are giving them the entire P&L breakup. We are giving them exact costs. We are giving them all the bills, and we are doing reconciliation of all the expenses and revenue, and only then we are closing. So it has to be agreed by the investor as well as the company as to what the exact net profit is, and only then we can uh, determine the profit share. So that is there even for individual investor, but that investment is a different, the second mode that I said.
Mhm.
Are these
Got it.
shows are broadcasted in India? Or do
No,
you
it
send
is not
any?
broadcasted. We have video coverage. The video
Can we
coverage
check the
is
live video link
we
to
have a
the?
repository, but we will not. It is not telecasted. It won't be
It's there
telecasted
in North
because
America, Arun. Is there in North America?
we have a presence in Canada.
Oh, you guys are
US,
having only. Hmm.
we have
Do
radio
you
network in
provide
Canada.
any
We have
live
video
link channel?
live. No,
Link
actually,
channel.
the problem is if I broadcast the show or if I sell the copyrights to an OTT platform. So generally, artists they have a format. So they do the same set of songs, the same kind of show for probably 1 or 2 years. They'll do like 10, 15 shows. Only then they'll change their format. Until they change the format, we are not allowed to sell the copyrights. That is why I have put a valuation of zero for that in my revenue streams. We will have access to them, but once it is telecast or sold to some OTT platform, we will get a cut of it. But majority of that money will go to the artist. So yeah, we don't have that. So we are not monetizing it right away. The monetizing authority lies with the artist, and uh, we get kind of a fee for it, kind of a.
Okay.
There's a wording for it. But yeah, there is like a fee that we get out of the monetization.
So I think everyone is clear with the investment opportunity. So we are looking to conclude this session till. So if anyone has
Okay.
any doubts regarding this investments, can catch up in a one-on-one call with Deepika ma'am. So she will explain everything about that. And Arun sir, thanks for explaining everything, and I will update you on the investment, sir.
No problem, Raj. Thank you for arranging the opportunity and hope to work with you guys. And yeah,
Great. Thank you.
let me know the update.
Sure.
Good night. Good night. Good night.